I think probably the place to start is just the sheer scale of kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease affects 1 in 10 people in the world. That's nearly 1 billion people. We know that it's going to become the 5th leading cause of death by 2040. I was brought up in Kenya. You never know how much your upbringing affects you. You see out there some of the inequities that exist. You know, when I was young, there weren't really great public hospitals out there.
Even in Austria, a very rich country, there are those inequities exist. I realized, okay, I can do something, changing the system from the inside.
You recognise that there's quite a long way to go to improve things, and I think if you feel you've got some role in making a difference, it's something that sustains you forever, really. Yeah.
So health equity is a very important concept, but it's not the reality. If you would look particularly in sort of like access to healthcare in low-income countries, predominantly what we're facing in those countries is an infrastructure problem. So in those countries, the backbone of the healthcare system are actually local community centers. You cannot build healthcare without acknowledging the local context and what is already there in those systems.
We're about to see a huge renaissance in terms of new nephrology medicines, and Roche is playing its part in that. We're developing a portfolio of medicines, we're building a nephrology franchise.
We have literally an army of Roche people down on the ground working with the local partners.
We focus on lupus and lupus nephritis. There are 5 million lupus sufferers in the world, 90% of them women, mostly young women, really at the start of their adult lives.
What makes Roche special/different than other companies is we are quite a scientific company and we apply the same rigor of science when it comes to access.
We actually are genuinely interested in making scientific advancement and tackling the root cause of the diseases. It's super exciting to work in this environment where we're actively encouraged to find best-in-disease solutions for patients. And I think the whole point is to innovate and to do things that are impossible almost for other organisations to do.
What makes me really hopeful is that we can prevent. We have enough resources that we have sustainable healthcare systems for all the generations to come. We have the technology, we have the tools, we also have the treatments that we really can make healthcare systems around the world accessible for patients regardless of gender, race, religion, and unfortunately, most important in many, about income.
Our ultimate goal is to cure kidney disease. That's an ambitious goal, but one I hope will have made significant strides towards in the next 10 years.
So we have this saying in Roche that we say, like, you know, the science is important, but science only matters if it reaches the patients. And for me, it's the combination. I love the science and it's beautiful, but I love even more when science reaches the patient and changes the course of life of those people.
I couldn't agree more. You know, it's a privilege to work here because you get to work with some amazing people and do some really exciting things, but the journey starts much, much earlier than us. This is a culmination already of thousands and thousands of people's work, but it only matters if the medicine reaches the patients that need it. If you shine a spotlight onto an area, great things can happen. And I think that the spotlight is now being shone on kidney disease. I think over the next 10 years, it will be transformed and that will provide a much better outlook for patients. If we can't do it with our expertise, our scientific innovation, the will, the diagnostics, diabetes care, if we can't do it, who can?